Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
I'm station manager Dan Aykroyd. During the past few weeks in Los Angeles, actor Lee Marvin and his former live-in companion Michelle Triola Marvin have been in court to settle her claim that he owes her half his income from the 6 years they lived together. That is the subject of tonight's point-counterpoint. Jane will take the pro-Michelle Marvin point, while I take the anti-Michelle Triola counterpoint. Jane?
Dan, times change, and so does the nature of relationships. People are reluctant to get married these days, and looking at divorce statistics, who can blame them? But the lack of a piece of paper does not necessarily mean the lack of a total commitment. A woman in this modern-day relationship may well give up all her own personal pursuits, as Michelle Marvin claims she did, to give her full support to her man's career. And Michelle Marvin is just asking that the courts recognize that reality. Dan, there's an old saying, behind every successful man, there's a woman, a loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Jane, you ignorant slut. Bagged out, dried up slunk meat like you and Michelle Triola know the rules. If you want a contract, sign on the dotted line. Oh, but let's all shed a tear for poor Michelle Triola. There was only testimony that she had sexual intercourse over 40 times with another man while living with actor Lee Marvin. But I suppose that sort of fashionable promiscuity means nothing to someone like you, Jane, who hops from bed to bed with the frequency of a cheap ham radio. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and Michelle Triola, like a screeching, squealing, rapacious swamp sow, is after actor Lee Marvin's last $3 million. I guess what you and Michelle are saying is that when you're on your backs, the meter is running. Well, please spare us, gals, and tell us the rates at the top. Then we can choose which two-bit tarts and bargain basement sluts to shack up with.
That's the news. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Welcome to Beer Bullstein. I am your host, Lyle Armstrong, here on the SHR Medium Network. And simulcasting on the KLRN Radio Network, I do believe. Second best comeback. There you go. Jane, you ignorant slut. I do see the No Tax the Rick in the chat. I see Milepost 154. Hello, everybody. I see a couple of our moderators. Thank you here for being here tonight. It has been a long, long road this week. I do apologize for missing my show yesterday. I had some medical issues that made it very, very difficult for me to actually even sit up for a minute. So here we are. Tonight I am repping the, I don't know if I could do this, BZ Conservative Sherpa shirt, who has been so kind to me over the last few months that I have been here on the SHR Media Network. And I thought I would rep his show for him, just a tad. Just a little bit, a tad. Now, why do we do this? Why am I doing this? Why, good Lord, why am I doing this? Cartier, climb up. She just saw her buddy Joe. Let's see if we can get her in a position. Cartier, down. And, oh, wrong side. Oh, there she is. It's the Cartier cam brought back to you by popular demand. Cartier, hello, hi, how are you with the waggy tail? I see the waggy tail. Cartier is here with me as always as my co-host. She is never more than 6 feet away from me at any given moment because, well, she's a dog, and I am in need of one, a lot. I got the BZ shirt on. I'm gonna get a dog one for BZ shirt. That would be cool. I'm gonna have to talk to Mission Ready Man, Biggie, Earl Jackson, see if his wife can make a dog shirt with BZ's Sherpa on it. That would be badass, I think. Cartier trampoline. That is it, baby. So let me put her down here real quick. Why do we do this? I'm gonna keep her up there actually. Why do I do this? And I think Ben Stein is the best person to tell you why. And here he is in person to tell you that.
The book points out, and I point out to you, Ms. Waldheim, that TV is highly stereotypical, homogeneous, and ideological. And
I had to look up 4 of those words.
What the results of that will be, I'm not quite sure. I do think that it is worth noting that the most powerful movement in the history of the world is controlled by a very small, idiosyncratic, homogeneous group of people. I mean, I think if the people who write and produce TV, what I notice on television is that there are certain characteristics that certain people, certain stereotypical people have on television. For instance, all businessmen, if it's an adventure show, are evil, murderous, hypocritical, cheating scoundrels. If it's a situation on television. That seems to me is not a true delineation. And similarly, on television, all small towns are evil, vicious places where the big city innocent goes, his car breaks down, and he gets caught in a web of murder and kidnapping and extortion.
Could have been me.
And all military men are, if it's an adventure show, are planning for a neo-Nazi takeover, and if it's a sitcom, they are buffoons. On crime shows, the criminal is almost always a middle-class, so well-to-do person of the majority group. There are almost no poor people portrayed as committing crimes. The criminal is, even if a poor person has committed a crime, he has been forced into doing it by a businessman or some other middle-class seeming person. There are no useful or vital religious figures on television. They're all either buffoons or kind of helpless fuddy-duddies. There is this kind of overwhelming stereotype.
I do have to stop this here because I do love the kill list caption on there, you know, trying to come up with buffoons and fuddy-duddies, and they just really can't get it. But go ahead.
Of certain power centers and power groups in the society as either bad or foolish. Well, let me just say that even the people who make television, even the Gary Marshalls and Norman Lears of Hollywood, do not really dispute that this stereotyping goes on.
Well, then they aren't shameful.
The point is just that there is an enormous amount of kind of background noise on these TV shows, which is a fully alternate reality, or maybe I should say alternative reality, of American life. People watch TV so much that it's like a second life for them. And in this second life, conditions are very different from what they are in real life. That is, in real life, one occasionally finds a businessman who is not plotting to murder his go-go dancer girlfriend. On TV, if a standard episode of Starsky and Hutch...
They just don't pass the screen test.
Right. On TV, a standard episode of Barnaby Jones or Starsky and Hutch will be that a go-go dancer has been murdered. And there are 3 suspects. And one is her boyfriend, who has just gotten out of jail after serving 20 years for murder. And the other one will be the janitor who cleans up the club, and he is a heroin addict. And the other one will be the head of the local utility company who stops in there for a drink on his way to the train. Now, invariably, the killer will be the head of the local utility company. And this is a reality, which it seems to on TV, which it seems to me tends to screw up most people's perceptions of real life.
Now, think about this. This clip is from 1979. Some of you weren't even born yet. I was, so we're just going to go past that. This is from 1979. Now, think about your television show that you're watching now. Is it much different at all? It's always the same. So that's the reason why. This is the reason why we do this stuff. I'm going to hide that real quick. Get back to the Cartier cam. This is the reason why I like to do this stuff, because this right here is more real than what you're going to get on TV. This is more, I mean, hell, who has a Cartier cam? Look at that. Look at that beautiful face. Yeah, young baby girl. That's right. 8647. Yeah, sure. Tell you what. Phone lines are open there, Mr. Holmes. I don't even know what the beginning of the Homestead. Phone lines are open, 202-503-2271. If you want to ask or tell me why we should 8647, or actually what 86 means to you, because that can mean a number of things, one of which is a felony, and the other one is, a number of things. But go ahead. Call in, 202-503-2271. Let's get this party started. Hey, Roblox87, how are you doing, Bear? So what I wanted to get to, let me get up here. Little Artemis update. Let's get a little bit of some Artemis 2 updates from the Integrity. Their things right now is they're still working on the toilet. The toilet still has a problem. Right now they can only poop, no pee. No poop, or only poop and no pee. Right now they've got some interesting things. From what I'm understanding, the computer that runs their toilet is running on Windows. So at one point, it actually told them to go back to Earth and reset. And that probably is not going to happen once they got past a certain point. Do you degent? I'm not sure what that is. So basically, we got 4 astronauts there. I've actually seen some really crazy tweets about this. One was, because we have the first Canadian, we have the first woman, and we have the first African American going there. I actually saw one that said that Trump was a bigot. He was sending an African American segregation, sending him to the moon. I'm like, are you kidding me? La Cis Blood Rot 200 in the whole world. My beard is so gay. Gray. It is so gray. Look at that. Mike O'Toole. I know Mike O'Toole. My beard is gray, especially in this light. It's what happens. You get old, you get fat, you get gray. But let's get back to the Iran war where we are. First off, let me get up to her. This woman is actually in Tehran, and this is a heartbreaking message from an Iranian woman who is trying to basically say that she asked for this. She's asking for this.
I'm an Iranian who lives in Tehran, and I can hear the sound of bombing outside. In case I'm dead tomorrow, I just want you to remember this. Please, shut the fuck up and don't use me against America or Israel to try and convince them to stop. We ask for this. We want this attack. And I know that you don't want to listen to us. You don't want to listen, but I'm going to give you the shorter version of why we want this. The reason is we had one option, to go and protest this bloody regime, and we did, and they killed 40,000 of us in 2 days. This is the last option we have. We asked for the help, and help is here. And I know I might die, and I don't care, because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Iran. And you just shut the fuck up and don't use me to attack anyone or try to stop this. We want this. You don't understand. You're not in our shoes. So
exactly. I love that woman right there. That woman right there espouses so many things of my life that I'm on principle. First off, self-reliance. Secondly, principles. Oh my God. This woman, you know what? Don't use me as a pawn. You know, if I die tomorrow, don't use me as a pawn. You know, you know what? I'm saying that if I die tomorrow, don't use me as a pawn, like for whatever. You know, if I go out to the grocery store and I get shot or whatever, don't use me for a pawn for gun violence and stuff. Because you know what? Everyone should have a gun. I hope everybody has a gun. An armed society is a polite society, in my opinion. It's wow, straight from the ground. Right in Tehran, don't use me as a pawn if something happens to me. Right here, I could probably put it up there. You might not be able to read it, but we're going to try. Whoops, wrong side. Sorry about that. It is a very tiny treat, but this is on Truth Social. Came out at 10 o'clock this morning Eastern time. Remember, this is from Donald Trump. Remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open up the Hormuz Strait. Time is running out. 48 hours before all hell will rain down upon them. Glory be to God, President Donald J. Trump. Now, if that ain't a declaration, I haven't seen one. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I am hitting the wrong buttons, guys. There we go. Whoops. Dog needs to be on top. Cartier is looking very regal right now. She is a very regal girl. See, the only people in the... There you go, right there. That is the comment of the day. The only people in the United States that are against our war in Iran are lefty Democrats. The Iranians want regime change, and the Iranians there want it. It's exactly assholes protecting illegals. Amen. Amen. Trump is crazy. You know what? I agree. But let's talk about it. Is it a good crazy? Is it a bad crazy? Cartier, climb up. Climb up. No, climb up. Good girl. She comes over here, she'll knock her camera down. Absolutely. Call me 202-503-2271. Again, that's 202-503-2271. That is a Washington, D.C. number. I understand. I am nowhere near there. I am in the great Northeast. But Trump is crazy. I think he's crazy like a fox. I really think he's crazy like a fox. He's like a fox rotating around the hen house. Right now, we're still looking for the downed pilot from the F-15 strike that was over Tehran. There it is. It kind of moved on me. Iran shooting down 2 military... see, now, mind you, this is the Associated Press. And stop being scum. I cannot be stop being scum. It is actually my right to be scum, so I'm going to continue. Thank you. But if you'd like to talk about it, 202-503-2271, and I will... hear your thoughts on why we should stop being scum. Thank you. My dog is a beauty. She's a wonderful beauty. Cartier, can you say hi? Say hi. Say hi. No. See? She's gonna beg. Sit up. No. Get up. Climb up. Climb up. Climb up. Climb up. There you go. Say hi. Sit. 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 Say hi. She's not going to do it today. She's just like, nope, you know what? I am not a show dog today. She wants to, but she's like, nope, I'm not going to do it because you want me to do it, and I'm bored, and I want to go outside. It's such a nice day out, Daddy. But Iran shooting down 2 military, now mind you, this comes from the Associated Press, so, take it with a grain of salt there. Iran shooting down 2 American military jets marks an exceedingly rare assault for the U.S., that hasn't happened in more than 20 years and shows the Islamic Republic's continued ability to hit back despite President Trump's asserting that it has been completely decimated. Now, I'm going to address that real quick. First off, you're talking over 2,000 sorties. 2,000 sorties. Now, a sortie has multiple jets involved with it. She's actually a Belgian Malinois. She's a full-blooded Belgian Malinois. Getting back to that, though, 2,000 sorties with multiple jets involved with it, and you shoot down 2. That is not a good thing. Did I hear about the theory with Trump and Biden theory? Nope. Please enlighten us, mister. Let's see. The attack came 5 weeks after U.S. and Israeli strikes first pounded Iran, and with Trump saying earlier this week that Tehran's ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed. Well, it's still dramatically curtailed. Iran shot down a U.S. F-15E Strike Eagle fighter jet Friday, with one service member getting rescued, and the search is still underway for a second, U.S. officials say. Now, mind you, there is a picture going around on social media of an airman. They keep calling him a U.S. Army pilot, which, by the way, it's a U.S. Air Force pilot. But the picture that they keep circulating is of an E-5. Cartier, climb up. Is of an E-5, and that just doesn't happen. It would be an officer, not an enlisted guy in the back. Oh, thank you, Pineapple. 12,500 sorties. So my 2,000 is a little bit off. All right, 12,500 sorties. Let's see. Iran is an Islam cesspool. Actually, the fun part about that is the Iran proper, the entire country, is not an Islam cesspool. Their leadership is. Most of them are Persian. Most of them are not Islamists or Islam or Muslim. Most of them are Persian and actually want out from underneath it, as you can see from the thing that we showed here again. I'll show it again, actually. That's a really good time to show that again real quick. We're going to watch that again.
I'm an Iranian who lives in Tehran, and I can hear the sound of bombing outside. In case I'm dead tomorrow, I just want you to remember this. Please, shut the fuck up and don't use me against America or Israel to try and convince them to stop. We ask for this. We want this attack. And I know that you don't want to listen to us. You don't want to listen, but I'm going to give you the shorter version of why we want this. The reason is we had one option, to go and protest this bloody regime, and we did, and they killed 40,000 of us in 2 days. This is the last option we have. We ask for the help, and the help is here. And I know I might die, and I don't care, because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Iran. And you just shut the fuck up and don't use me to attack anyone or try to stop this. We want this. You don't understand. You're not in our shoes. So
2 points. One, Iranian women are really good looking. I'm just kind of like that, you know. Second point, she's absolutely right. Shut the fuck up. You're not here. You don't understand. But she is absolutely based. Absolutely based. Good job there, or good point there, Pineapple. All right, so the theory is basically Trump and Biden are brothers together, and that they both president on the other president's turn. They share the duty of the other. The theories I heard. I think that's a little out there. But you know, okay, we can talk about it if you want to talk about it. 202-503-2271. Call in. We'll talk about it. Getting back to it here real quick. We're actually started going away from the Tomahawk missile because apparently we've been using a whole bunch of them, and we're starting to use the new JSAM-ER cruise missiles, which are aircraft deployed. Actually, I'll get you a picture of it here real quick. It's kind of hard to see, but that is a picture of one. Let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. Hold on. I can blow that up. Aha! There we go. That is a JSAM-ER right there. Massive manhunt underway after police officer being shot in New England town. That's breaking news. Just came out right now. I have no idea where or when, but it's in a New England town near me, and there is a massive manhunt going. So if you have to see me leave and go hear some shots fired or whatever, don't worry about that. I'll take care of it. B1s, baby. That's who will be taking care of that. So meanwhile, while all that's going on, we have a candidate for the Green Party in Canada who is absolutely insane.
It's a pretty boy anthem. If you tall, sexy, handsome, you a certified gigolo. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm on my pretty boy shit. It's a pretty boy anthem.
I have so many questions. So many. Hold on, I got to get it to a point where... let's try right about something a little less fuzzy. There we go. What the fuck is that? Is that a girl, a guy? That's obviously a lot of fucking work. I mean, check out them cheekbones. There's a lot of work going on here. Useful idiots, absolutely. It's just kind of one of those... I'm confused. I'm confused. That's... Thank God that's the Green Party. I mean, granted, it is Canada, so that she has it, or she, or it, they, them, Zazer, whatever the fuck, has a shot. Good God. Everybody grab a drink, because we're going to need a drink on this one. Their medical record says their gender is clown. Okay. That's actually pretty freaking good. What the fuck is that? I want to say a guy. I want to say a guy. Maybe a cat. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're going to find out. Well, no, actually, we're not going to find out. Whoops. I absolutely screwed that 100% up. I'm just going to share this real quick so I can get it back up on my stream. There we go. I don't know, but whatever. Cartier did have something as we go into the break. She wanted to let you guys know, because tomorrow, guys, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to that thought. I am absolutely gonna hold on to that thought, and we're gonna be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you hit those like, subscribe, and share buttons. It really helps with the algorithm, guys, because the algorithm is completely jumping on my nuts right now, and I'm getting like 3 views. You know, we went from like 8,000 to 3. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and make sure you share this to your grandmother, your mother, whoever. I'll talk to her. So 202-503-2271. You want to be a part of the program, you want to argue with me, you want to agree with me, that's even fine too. But we'll be right back after.
Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp edge. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality. We fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch the Reaver in action. He is here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite. He may not always be refined, but one thing is for sure. He always tells it like it is. The Reaver of Common Sense.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic woman who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
We're back, baby. I didn't really actually go anywhere. I just wanted to watch the commercials. 202-503-2271 is our phone line if you want to call in. 202-503-2271. You're so confused. You have personal freedom to ugly, never mind. Try to be open-minded and may potentially give rise to what is now truly intellectual capacity. Probably. I am confused because I'm... So you're confused? Allow... All right, I'm going to try to do that without having a stroke. Hold on. So you're confused allows you the personal freedom to he ugly and narrow-minded. Try to be open-minded. It may potentially give rise to what is now. I'm confused. However, we're going to take our first call here. Hold on one second. You are on the air with Lyle Armstrong and Beer Bullstein. How are you, sir? Or ma'am? I'm wonderful. How are you? Where are you from? Texas? Outstanding. What can I do for you? I'm having a hard time hearing you, but we talk about all sorts of things on my show. This is Beer and Bullstein. We even talk about beer, if you'd like to talk about beer. We talk about geopolitics. We talk about American politics, Second Amendment rights, military stuff, my dog, you know, what. Okay. Do you have a place where you can get a little bit better signal? You're kind of cutting out. Mm-hmm. While he's doing that, I want you guys to head over to shrmedia.com. That is our website. Are you in a better spot now, sir? Yeah, you're still cutting out really, really bad. Tell you what, find a good spot for me and call me back, all right? No, sir, it is not. Sort of. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm really not. I'm really not hearing you. You're kind of breaking up really, really bad. Tell you what, find a good spot and call me back. All right. Thank you.
How about now?
No,
How
it's.
about now?
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Okay. I guess I have you on a speaker. That's why.
Oh, don't have me on speaker. That's a problem with radios.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you know about geopolitics that you'd like to talk about?
Well, about Russia, China, and the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. So what we do in the Middle East is, that basically the Strait of Hormuz, it's not that it's closed. It's not that it damaged us, but it damaged all allies. Like Europe, Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
and South Korea.
You're still breaking up really, really bad, brother. You're gonna have to find a better spot for me and then call me back. I apologize. All right, we're back to our show here. Oh, while he's finding a better spot. Whoops. I just went to the wrong spot. There we go. Cartier wanted to. She's not in her spot right now, but yeah, he was breaking up pretty bad. So we're gonna have to find a better. He's gonna have to find a better spot or a better VoIP or whatever. Cartier wanted to share some Easter tips for y'all, just for funsies. And as soon as I find which one it was, there it is. Here we go. This is an Easter hack for you.
Quick parenting tip this Easter. Instead of hiring us this Easter, grab a can of bright color spray paint and spray the poop and sit back and send the kids on their Easter egg hunt. Within no time, you'll have the yard all clean.
There you go. So spray the
Quick
poop.
parenting tip this
do it
Easter.
again.
Instead of hiring us this Easter, grab a can of bright color spray paint and spray the poop and sit back and send the kids on their Easter egg hunt. Within no time, you'll have the yard all clean.
You have that yard spick and span. Spick and span. I love it. It'll be awesome. One thing I did wanted to do, and I know it's a little bit late. He was an Air Force veteran. I was unfortunately Cardiac, climb up, please. Thank you. I was a little bit late, but I did want to do a little bit of a tribute to the late Chuck Norris. If you would indulge me real quick.
By staring it down, he can part the seas with a single punch. He can fly through the air without a cape or a crown. With his fist of fury, he's the one you can't touch. Chuck Norris, the legend, the man of steel. He can break all the rules, make his enemies kneel. A force that you can't contain. Oh yeah, he's the reason heroes always rise again. Rise again. He can stop a train with just his bare right hand. He can surf on lava like it's made of sand. He can crack the earth with just a single stand. He can tame a grizzly with an open hand. Chuck Norris, the legend, the man of steel. Yeah. He can break all the rules, make his enemies kneel. A force that you can't contain. Whoa. He's the reason heroes always rise again. Yeah, he's the reason legends rise again. Chuck Norris, the legend, the man of steel. He can break all the rules, make his enemies. Chuck Norris, the legend, the man of steel. Chuck Norris, he can break all the rules, make his enemies.
That's for Chuck Norris. You know, God bless the man. Love the man. Air Force vet, honorary Marine. Can't say enough of him. I hear that Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be taking over his charity. I believe it was One Kick Foundation. I did not make that. I wish I did. I really wish I did. After we focus on the economic war maybe with China and Israel manage the Middle East, counter Iran, but it doesn't matter what the path Iran takes the lead to. Absolutely. You know what, guys? I am one of those people that don't think that we should be messing around with anybody, period. That's pretty where I'm at. After doing 20 years of war in Iraq and Afghanistan, seeing how that all turned out, I'm, seeing my brothers bleed, see my brothers die, and sister. I don't think the price is worth it, to be honest with you. I mean, if we need to go in there and kick some ass, go in there, kick some ass, and freaking leave. That's the end of it. We're going to see where Trump goes with the Iran war here pretty soon. If he's not done in a couple weeks, then, my initial prediction was a week and a half, and we're on 5 weeks now. So, 6 weeks, granted, Obama bombed Libya for 7 months. So keep that in mind. That kind of deal. 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of the program. I do apologize if someone was having problems with Hibiki. There it is. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize if I'm not, sir. T-72. That's T-72 like the tank. I like the tanks. Good Russian tank that blows up a lot. One thing I wanted to do, and I know BZ, we'll have to take the Strait. Absolutely, Pineapple. We'll have to take the Strait. We'll have to lock it down. We'll have to allow commerce to flow through it. That is why the A-10s are flying there. We've actually doubled our presence with the A-10s. I think they're up to 24 of them now. The fun part about the A-10, there is a report right now that Iran shot an A-10 down. I'm going to give you a personal anecdote from the first Iraq War, or the second. No, it was the first Iraq War. The A-10 is incredibly difficult to shoot down. Incredibly. The first Iraq War, one came back with no horizontal stabilizer, period, one engine, half a wing on one side, of 3/4 of a wing on the other, and landed at PSAB Air Force Base, or PSAB Air Base in Saudi Arabia. Landed. Came back just completely chewed up. The pilot had him download all of the ordnance that was still left on the aircraft, refuel it, and he flew it frickin' home. Took every inch of the runway to take off, but he flew it home with no horizontal stabilizer, basically one wing, and between the 3/4 wing on one side, half a wing on the other, no horizontal stabilizer, and a freaking one engine. Flew the damn thing home. His name was Colonel Swain. He is also one of the people who've pinned one of my Bronze Stars on me. So he's also one of the only people who actually got an air-to-air kill in the Iraq, or that first Iraq War. He shot down a Hind helicopter. The Strait of Hormuz doesn't do much for us, but our ally Europe, Japan, and South Korea and Philippines need oil. It's trying to get oil from the Middle East. Absolutely. It does actually do some things for us because our allies need it. So without our allies being strong, we cannot be strong. We can't push our agenda in the Middle East without their being able to push their oil out. That's the problem. It's a political issue, not an actual physical issue at that point. Yummy, yummy, yummy. But I did want to show. Do I do it? Do I dare? BZ, do I dare? Should I dare? Oh, I shouldn't. But I think I would. No, I shouldn't. No, I really shouldn't. Cartier, climb up. Such a good girl. Climb up. Get your bone. All right, I've been dared. I'm daring it.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2026, and I'm here to end you, hip.
Soon we will be able to take back the White House, and we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to force your ideas into the population, right? Me too!
You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is that there is people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silence those who disagree with you. I do that too!
What I'm saying is that we are very close to creating utopia, as long as we can get rid of some undesirable people grouping.
Yes, the Jews.
Yes, the Jews. Oh.
Oops. Oh my God, I dared, and there it was. Oh, yes, it's the Jews. Yes, it's all the Jews. I'm going to use that anytime someone comes into the chat and starts blaming the Jews. Every freaking time. But, guys, remember, tomorrow, the Middle East needs peace anyway after the suffer the past 30 years. You know what? Here's my, Vicky, here's my take on the Middle East. The Middle East has been at war with itself for about 2,000 years, and it's going to be at war with itself for the next 2,000 years. And I think, to be honest with you, we ought to just not get involved, period. Period. You know what? If they want a nuke, get a nuke. You know what? Israel will take care of that shit. It really boils down to is we as an American should not be putting blood and treasure on the line for that, unless there is a real reason, a direct threat to the United States and its people and its assets throughout the world. We really should not be getting involved 100% at all. And this is coming from a holy crap right-leaning. You know what? I am so right. I am so far to the right. I make conservatives look like Democrats. Okay? I'm so to the right. I'm like, one step left of anarchy. All right. There shouldn't be any laws. One step left to that. Basically, I'm at the founders. Let's just say that. It comes really down to is, get in, get out, quit fucking about, yo-ho, yo-ho, yo-ho. There's an old Navy song about that. But let's get back to something a little bit more humble and a little bit more, how do I put it? Wholesome? Because tomorrow is Easter, guys. Easter, the resurrection of Jesus Christ and all that stuff. And I want to take you back about 2,000 years to outside of the tomb of Jesus Christ. And this is what is about to happen 2,000 years ago.
Hey! What?
I got to take that down. Hold on. I got to take this down so you can see it. These are the soldiers guarding Jesus' tomb 2,000 years ago.
Hey! What?
Gets me every time. Love it. Absolutely love it. What? Holy crap. Oh, that is so great. Remember, guys, tomorrow is Easter. It is not, Zombie Jesus Day. It's Easter. Come on, give the Christians a break. They're the only group that you're allowed to discriminate against. Give them one Easter where they aren't. It's just, let's just give them a break for once at that point. Not funny, dude. Okay, cool. I applaud your opinion. I liked it. I thought it was funny as all hell. But if you want to talk about it, 202-503-2271. Call in. Let's talk about it. Whoops, I got that very good. Screw you, dude. Oh, cool. I love you too. Call in 202-503-2271. Tell me why it's not funny. I think it's funny as all hell. Let's get on back down to... God has a sense of humor. Look at the platypus, for Christ's sake. Oh my God, a duck-billed platypus. Cartier, climb up. And the fact that my dog only responds when I tell her to sit down. Seat. Seat. Say hi. Say hi. Can you say hi? No. Say hi. You're going to make me look like an idiot. It's okay. I'm already there anyway. Climb up. Climb up. Say hi. 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 You're not going to do it. Why? Say hi. There you go. Good girl. Now lay down. Bang. Bang. Oh, dramatic death. Bang. Bang. It's a dramatic death. Bang. That's close enough. We'll call it good. Let's see what's going on in chat here real quick. Outstanding. Nothing really important. 202-503-2271 if you want to be a part of the program. I want to put up here I found this tonight right before I came on. Just kind of one of those things that, what happens, when liberals and Republicans and everybody gets together and they're like, what the hell? How do you get black-pilled or red-pilled by Bigfoot? If that makes sense. Cartier, climb up. Climb up. Climb up. Climb up. Climb up. There we go. Oops, wrong one.
Past, like, Mike, you used to be so liberal. What happened? And the only way I can describe it is like, imagine you and your friend really like camping, and you go camping all the time. But then one day your friend starts telling you they're really worried about Bigfoot. They think Bigfoot's going to get them specifically. And then they don't stop camping, but they start telling people that they're really brave for camping and that they're camping in protest of Bigfoot. And then you kind of pull your friend aside and you're like, hey, I don't think you need to worry about Bigfoot as much as you're worried about Bigfoot. I don't think it's actually mentally healthy for you to worry about this much about Bigfoot. But then they start saying, hey, that sounds like something a fucking Sasquatch would say. And you're like, fuck you, I'm not a Sasquatch. But then they start telling the other campers that you're making them feel unsafe and that they shouldn't let you in the Jeep Wrangler anymore. So you get really frustrated and you're like, fuck you, maybe I am a Sasquatch. And you start posting pro Bigfoot memes online, not because you believe them, but just you kind of want to get under their skin a little bit. But then you've also been listening to the things that Bigfoot's been saying on podcasts, and it doesn't all make sense, but some of it kind of tracks. Like maybe Smokey the Bear is lying to us about where the origins of forest fires and what's going on in Ukraine. So then all of your friends are starting to become really obnoxious, and all they talk about is Bigfoot. Meanwhile, you've been making small donations to the Sasquatch Party. Nothing huge, but enough that they send you a shirt that says Make America Gigantopithecus again. And then at that point, you're wearing the shirt in a Buc-ee's and one of your friends camping sees it and you're like, I'm never getting back in that fucking Jeep Cherokee again. God damn it.
202-503-2271. I was just typing that out. I'm going to say it again. 202-503-2271. Especially for you there, Richard. I'm calling you out on that one. You got a lot to say. MAGA has pedo energy. Trump is an idiot. The kids are not safe around him. There's nothing going on in the chat. Blah, blah, blah. Well, let's bring it on. 202-503-2271. Let's talk about it. I'll talk about whatever you want. I love Saturday morning cartoons. They are badass. Absolutely. They're a lot more. They're a lot more informative than let's say MSNBC or MS Now or whatever they're calling themselves, CNN, Fox News, any of those big things out there. I failed an IQ test. Absolutely. 202-503-2271. We are coming up to the end of the program. If you want your chance to make the host look like an asshole, which, you know what? I am an asshole. I am 100% asshole. I admit it fully. But I'm a fair asshole, and I will give you your time. 2 minutes on the clock if you want to sit there and tell me exactly how all this stuff is going on. 2 minutes on the clock. Uninterrupted. As long as you have a good connection, because if your connection sucks, I'm going to cut you off because, it's just no good for anybody at that point. Oh, here we go.
Press 1 to start the call or 2 to decline. The call will start at the beep.
You are on the air with Beer Bullstein, Lyle Armstrong. Hey, where are you calling from?
Hey, brother, it's the bees from Arkansas.
From Arkansas. It's the bees from Arkansas. How you doing, sir?
I'm living good, brother.
Living good, brother. Now, for full disclosure, the bees from Arkansas and the Lyle Armstrong of Beer and Bullstein up in New England were deployed together in Arkansas, or not Arkansas. It's kind of like Arkansas, but
it's close.
It's close. It's like Afghanistan, but how are you doing, bees? How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. Good.
What you want to talk about?
Man, I just want to tell you, I've been watching. You're doing good. Hang in there.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Love you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you one more thing. I don't think we can fix none of this.
You don't think what?
I don't think we can fix any of this.
I don't think we can fix any of it either. I think the whole Middle East needs Jesus.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
I think that might be the only explanation right there. Is just they just need Jesus.
Man, I agree with you 100%. They've been fighting ever since they've been created. They've been fighting.
Exactly. How many of our brothers and sisters did we lose?
Well, I know, man, you lost 20.
Yeah, I know. The EOD lost at least 20. So at least in the Air Force. So it's kind of one of those. How many of those were worth it?
Zero.
We
shouldn't have lost it.
Exactly.
But on the other side of that, America. I mean, we as a country have got to do something.
Yep. Hey, can you turn down your YouTube a little bit?
now?
There we go. We as America got to do something. What are you thinking?
I feel like we got to do something. I just don't want to do it.
Well, I think it starts at the ballot box, if it's a fair and free election.
I agree.
If that doesn't work, that's where the Second Amendment comes in. And I'm not saying that we should use it as in a kinetic fight. I'm saying more as in conjunction with our First Amendment right of protest.
Couldn't agree more.
Show up armed. You want to see a January 6th, like what they called an insurrection, show up armed. Like, listen, this is fucked up. Do something about it.
Yeah, but what's that going to get us?
Well, it's going to get us a lot of problems. However, the revolution was filled with a lot of problems as well. My biggest issue. Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if it starts, we'll be wearing the same uniform, brother.
Absolutely. I mean, our biggest problem, as I see it, is who would be our George Washington? Is it going to be that guy in mixed camouflage? Is it going to be Pineapple? I see him in the chat there. Who's it going to be? So that's the scary part.
And then, do you trust her? You know what I mean?
The what?
At that point, do you trust that George Washington?
Exactly, and that's my point. Is it boils down to is I said it before, and I'll say it again. I've said it on this. I've said it on here. Hold on, let me get rid of this real quick. There we go. I've said it before on this stream before. The founders were brilliant freaking men. Absolutely brilliant.
Right.
The one thing they fucked up with one fucking thing. One thing. They believed that honorable men would always be in charge.
Because they didn't know that honorable men would be reduced to purple-haired fat retards.
Exactly. Or, that's what we're going to do, and that's going to be the good thing. What the ever-loving shit.
Yeah.
Oop, I'm dragging my dog all over. I don't know, man.
You hang in there. You're doing good. You keep firing away.
Yes, sir. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, brother.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, boys. I think that might's going to do that for me. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and that share button. That help me overcome that help SHR Media overcome that YouTube algorithm that is just pushing down on us right now. And it's just kind of one of those, I can't even get analytics off this thing right now. So please help a brother out. Hit that like, subscribe, and share buttons, and just, share it to your grandmother. I'm a very wholesome person when I say fuck a lot. She'll like it. Trust me. That being said, shrmedia.com. I'm going to put that up there as soon as I figure out how to get this down off my screen. There we go. shrmedia.com has a, whoops. Uh-oh. That's what happens when your thumb gets fat and you hit a stupid button. shrmedia.com. I want to talk about the other shows we got coming up. On Monday, we have The Edge of Liberty at 11 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday at the same time with our boss, Sackhead Sean, on Monday as well. And Friday, we have the Reaver of Common Sense. That's a Jersey Joe. He is coming on at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday and Friday. BZ Berserk Bobcat Saloon on Tuesday and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. I like BZ because he lets me come on his show and talk bullshit with him. And Mission Ready Men on Tuesday and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. That is the noonish hour. So if you got a hankering in the middle of the day, you got some time during work, you got, a little bit of, I want to talk about some good stuff, especially if you're a godly man. I'll tell you right now, that man is a very good man. He loves to put God back into the atmosphere. Check him out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12 p.m. Eastern, p.m. noonish time. Mission Ready Men brief. All right. So, and I, of course, will be back at Friday and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel and simulcast on the KLN radio network. I do appreciate Don't Tax the Rick. for simulcasting me tonight. I do appreciate it all. And I do appreciate y'all for coming on here and contributing to the show. Everybody in the chat room, even the people who disagree with me, I absolutely love that you're here. Thank you for the moderators. Thank you for everybody who showed up tonight. I do appreciate it. Guys, say hello to Cartier. Cartier, say hello. Cartier saying good night for the night. Guys, I do appreciate everything that's going on tonight. And, be good to each other. Stay free, stay safe, and keep your head on a swivel. Love you. See you later.